What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode number 70 of the Sorta Interesting podcast. And welcome back to Monster Months, where we are reviewing monster movies for the months of October and November, leading up to our holiday movies in December, where we will make that Yuletide gay, everybody. I am your host. My name is Christian Patam, with my co-host, as always, the underground clown, the man who goes up and down, Myles, darling. Myles, how you doing? After Myles went out for Halloween last night, everybody, and
don't worry, we were safe.
He went hard in the paint last night, and where'd you guys go, anyways?
We went to Old World. It's in Huntington Beach.
Oh,
it's like old. It's like a German cruise ship. No, it's like a Oktoberfest. I can't even think.
Yeah. I've heard about that place. Yeah, they usually have Oktoberfest there, like, all the time.
Yeah, they got polka. Yeah, they got big ass beers. Giant.
The Steins.
They have big Steins.
Is that what? Oh, that's probably why you got fucked up, because of those big old Steins.
No, it wasn't until because I can handle my beer. It wasn't until
it's Jaeger. Damn it, dude! You should have saved Jaeger for next week when we did Pacific Rim. Oh my God, you missed out on an opportunity, Myles. I want to get into some production details here, of course, but before we do that, please give us the plugs of where they could find our podcast.
SortaInteresting.com. That's where you can find this podcast that you're currently listening to, as well as our catalog of podcasts of the past. You could also go there and check out our link to our Patreon, or you can go to patreon.com/sortainteresting.
Yep.
And I'm telling you right now, I already know what Christian's going to say. I could see the look in his eyes.
Oh, it's coming.
He's going to say that if you don't buy this, I'm going to go to your house. I'm going to hold you down. I'm going to tickle the bottom of your feet until you come.
Whoa.
Or you die.
Dude, you read my mind.
There you go.
Are you serious? Did you really, did you know that I was going to say that?
No.
I will have Myles tie you up and tickle your feet till you can't breathe.
Whoa,
I literally have that written down on my notes. Oh, wow, I don't even have to say it anymore. But I will tell you this, though: if you do not donate at least $1, my attack at you will be double pronged. I will pluck every one of your eyelashes out of your eyelids, one by one. If you do not at least donate $1 to our Patreon, that's all it takes. If you donate to our Patreon, we could create more podcasts, more than these movie podcasts. We could make we could make a sports podcast. We could do our general podcast without movie reviews. So, did you say Spotify already, Myles?
I didn't say anything. I said, hey, you know where you can find us? You can find us at sortainteresting.com, but also Spotify, also SoundCloud, also Google Play Store, also the podcast app for iOS. Also,
give us a review on that
Twitter.
on the Apple podcast. We're already ranked. We're already 5 stars, Myles. I don't know who's been reviewing us. We have like 3 reviews on there, and they're 5 stars. So thank you to whoever did that, because I didn't do it. I usually gas up our own shit like all the time. I'll follow our own things and everything, but I never reviewed it. So someone else reviewed it, and we have 5 stars. So thank you to whoever did that.
Yeah, you deserve a kiss on the lips.
Oh, okay. Well, let's get into some production details here. Release date May 7th, 2004. Writer/director Steven Sommers again. And this, like, our last 4 podcasts have all been Stevens. So like every one of these.
Soderbergh, Sommers.
Soderbergh was what was that one? That was the
Mummy,
Ocean series.
Right? Oceans.
Budget $160 million. Box office $300 million. Good, but not great. Unfortunately considered a flop from Universal. Runtime, really? Yeah, I mean, 300 million, that's not a lot, man. I mean, you could usually blockbusters get 100 million opening weekend, you know, so
$100 million.
So to get 300 million in a total run, not great. Runtime 2 hours 25 minutes. After watching this movie again, they could have easily cut out maybe 15 minutes off of that last 30 minutes, because that shit dragged on a long time at the end. And I didn't notice how long the movie was up until that point, so I was like, oh,
I know, shit, same here. I didn't realize it's 2 hours, 11 minutes?
2 hours 25 minutes, yeah. So
25?
probably 11 without credits. So yeah, it's still a long time, because I mean, the whole like first half flew by, and then when it got to that last climax scene at the castle, I'm like, all right, let's fucking hurry it up, kids. Myles, what were your initial thoughts of Van Helsing before we head
Let's
on
see
to
here.
the
May
plot
7th,
rundown?
2004. I had just turned 11. It doesn't seem like this
This is an old ass movie. Yeah, it doesn't even seem that old at all.
Old though.
It doesn't seem that old
But-
at all. It doesn't look old.
No, it doesn't. Like I watched it in 4K just now.
Oh, nice.
And
I didn't even know
it holds
4K.
up. Yeah, I mean, I
Wow.
bought it. I didn't download it illegally.
Oh.
You know, I know.
I mean, it's worth the buy. Honestly,
It is.
Yeah, I would. This is worth watching over and over again. Yeah.
Yeah, if not for Kate Beckinsale, then for Hugh
Oh
Jackman.
Jesus, Kate Beckinsale will definitely get into that. My
The
goodness.
huge jacked man himself. By the way, I didn't know he was like 6'4". Or
Really?
6'3".
6'4". Oh, okay.
6'3" or some shit.
Way
like
taller
that.
than Wolverine's supposed to be, but that's all right.
Yeah. But you know, this star-studded cast, like well, not star-studded, but it's just a lot of good-looking people in this cast.
Oh yeah, beautiful. Jesus.
You know?
Oh my God, yes. We'll get into
Yeah.
that. Oh.
And I don't know. I don't remember. I really don't remember the first time.
Did you
I
ever watch
watched
this? Yeah, you didn't watch it in the movie
No.
theater? No.
No, it's I don't. I know for sure I didn't watch it in theaters, but I know as soon as I did watch it, I could not stop.
Yeah, judging from
And it was-
from the box office, not many people watch it in the movie theater, so that
Mhm.
kind of sucks. Not a lot of. I don't remember watching like any like ads for this, like any trailers or
I don't
anything.
either.
So
Also, I
Yeah.
probably was gonna be turned off to it anyways because it looked like a scary movie. Like it's dark.
yeah,
It's like the cover just looked dark. I don't know. Monster Hunter. I was a little bitch when I was younger, man. I hated scary movies. I still kind of do, but I can tolerate.
I love
them.
them.
But I probably
love
wouldn't
it.
have gone.
At that age,
Shit.
though, yeah. I mean, everyone's scared of movies
Yeah.
or scary movies at that age. So I definitely was
Mhm.
too.
I love this movie though. I love this version of Van Helsing and the Monster Hunter.
I knew you would. That's why I chose it. I was like, God, we're gonna
Ugh.
stroke it together to this movie. I can't wait.
I know. That's what's so great about COVID. You know,
Stroking
'Cause
it
we get
together.
yeah, we're not
Yeah.
doing like reviews on new movies. We're doing movies that we love.
Yeah, just the classics that we love. But I do
What about
remember
you?
watching this in the movie theater.
Really?
Yeah, I remember watching it with my mom, and I was blown away seeing all of these old school Hollywood monsters kind of being modernized and all being in the same movie together because they were all in their own separate movies back in the day, right? The early Hollywood days. And of course, I was obsessed with X-Men as a kid, and obsessed with Hugh Jackman. This was a time before that abomination of a movie called X-Men 3. And right after X-Men 2, I think he was filming X-Men 2 like while he was filming this movie. So X-Men was on top of the world at that time, and so was Hugh Jackman. So seeing Hugh Jackman in a different movie but still being a badass, that got me so hyped as a kid. But I remember loving it, of course, when I first saw it, and still love it to this day, of course. And it wasn't until probably years later with social media and going on the internet more that I figured the rest of the world thought this movie was shit. So that kind of sucked. That made me sad. But yeah, I like how they took the traditional monsters and gave them the exact kind of character traits that they had before, but flipped them on its head so they were able to fight each other and kind of even out the playing field. That was cool.
Yeah.
And again, like the Mummy movies, it was just a good old fashioned adventurous, fun movie with a badass fucking hero. Man, Steven Sommers knows how to make badass heroes out of nothing. And it's just one of those where you don't need to think too much about the plot, because you start thinking too much and it's like, okay, now it doesn't start to make sense. But you don't need to think too much about Kate Beckinsale in this either. With her terrible Romanian accent, you just need to sit back and enjoy this movie the way it was meant to be. Just mindless fun. Just watch Hugh Jackman do his work, man. Just watch him be him. That was like prime Hugh Jackman. Like, this is before he got, jacked for the Wolverine movies, but he was still on top of the world for he was getting in shape though, because he was I think he was gonna do X-Men 3 right after this, so he was still in shape, definitely. But Myles, let's get into this plot rundown here. I will be doing your plot rundown for today. I took some meticulous notes. Everybody strap the fuck in. In the name of God, open this plot. Movie opens up with black and white, where a mob of villagers are invading Dracula's castle in Transylvania. And I just love how how it's black and white to again give that old Hollywood monster feel again to it.
Well, I mean, just to start too, like the whole Universal transition.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, that was so sick.
That was so great. Where it just lit on fire. And then it was the torch.
Universal always has like really good ones. Remember the one for like the Aviator was like the old school Universal one in the beginning?
Yeah.
Universal makes really good boilerplates there.
Damn.
Inside the castle, we see Dr. Frankenstein bringing his monster to life in a very classic way with a classic Dr. Frankenstein line, "It's alive." We're then introduced to our antagonist for this movie, Count Dracula. Dr. Frankenstein says he needs to escape the castle because the villagers are after him for grave robbery and wants to take his monster with him. But Dracula's like, it's time for me to take control of the monster. And the doctor tries to kill him, but of course, you cannot kill me, Victor. Already dead. And we're also introduced to Igor at some point. Igor, played by... You already know. Tell me.
Benny!
Who is it? Yes, Benny from The Mummy. As Dracula is feasting on Doctor, the monster breaks out of his restraints and escapes.
That's Sommer's boy, isn't it?
I guess so. I mean, he was only in the first one, huh? So.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And he escapes with the Doctor's body. The monster takes the Doctor to the windmill and asks the villagers, "Why?" I never understood why he's like singing at the same time, but he has a really good voice. And the villagers burn the windmill to the ground. And I just love, I just want to take a second to talk about the design of this Frankenstein monster. I just love how they modernized the design of it with electricity running through his body and shit. You can see like the stitches across his face where they stitch together the faces.
His brain.
The brain is the best part of it, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
really
like
cool.
see-through.
Yeah.
Like on top, and then you could see like the electricity running through.
Yes,
like,
it looks more high tech than like a zombie kind of thing. Then we see Dracula and his brides arrive at the scene of the fire, but they assume it's too late and the monster is gone. Jesus Christ, Myles. We'll get more into it in a bit, but my goodness, Dracula really knows how to pick his brides, let me tell you. Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss to Dracula. Good for him, man. God, he's really came up in this world.
Dracula, Count Vladislaus Dracula. I can never say his.
I like. I don't know his like first name. I like his last name though. Dragulia.
Yeah, he said Dragulia.
We cut to 1 year later in Paris. We see a wanted poster with a mask face on it and a man tearing it down. That man is
terrible.
None other.
Poster, by the way.
Yeah.
You can't. This is
just.
What are you gonna?
Yeah. What are you doing?
This. You get this.
Hugh Jackman, by the way, he could just totally take off the mask and take off the hat and be like, I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy walking around. That man is none other than Van Helsing, played by the beautiful Hugh Jackman, aka Huge Jackman. He investigates a scream in the distance and discovers the dead body of a beautiful French madame. He picks up a massive stogie and immediately knows who it is and sees a figure climbing the walls of a cathedral. And this is like the scene where we see his full getup finally, and I just want to talk about that for a second. I want to talk about how Stephen Sommers knows how to nail fucking costume design in every one of his goddamn movies, because just like Brendan Fraser's costume, they nailed the Van Helsing costume with the long black fucking leather trench coat, and he's got like just like silver shit hanging off of his like vest. I don't even know what that's for.
It looks comfortable and stylish, and like
it's got a lot of layers though. I don't know about
it. Does look, it's got to be.
And we got to talk about that hair for a second. Obviously it's a wig, okay, but
obviously
it's a good wig, but it doesn't look good on Hugh Jackman. It looks really unnatural. We'll see.
Yeah, the long hair with no facial hair.
With the hat though, it looks good. It looks great with the hat. Without the hat, we'll see in a bit where he has, without the hat, and it just looks. It looks so unnatural. Maybe we're just used to seeing Hugh Jackman with the the Wolverine haircut all the time, but wasn't digging that. Where am I at here? Then he enters the cathedral, and we discover this creature is Mr. Hyde or Dr. Jekyll, depending on how his day is going that day. And he's wanted by the Knights of the Holy Order for the murder of 12 men, 6 women, 4 children, 3 goats, and a rather nasty massacre of poultry. Fight breaks out between the two, and we get a little sample Van Helsing's quick wits and his arsenal of weapons.
Dude.
Myles, you know how I love me some dope ass weapons. Again, Stephen Sommers bringing out the double pistols, and I fucking love it.
You know what we need to have? We should have started doing this as like a
Rank the
list going,
weapons.
or called it, I don't know, the Batman's list or something. The arsenal,
Oh
our
God.
tool belt, and then we just pick our
Yeah, we should have done
favorite
that. Yeah, we should have done that
weapons
for like
and
the Stephen Summers
tools.
movies for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's almost like Batman. Yeah, he has that grappling hook that we see too.
Mhm.
How accurate these weapons are for that time, I don't know, because I think this is supposed to be like the 1800s.
Yeah, this is
The 1800s as I know it. I think they were still using that fucking just around the riverbed. You know what I'm saying? Where they're like, you got to put the thing in with the stick and you got to light it on fire. I don't know about pistols and shotguns back then. Maybe I'm wrong, but it doesn't seem like it.
by the way,
mm,
Mr. Hyde
yeah.
is played by Robbie Coltrane.
Oh shit, Robbie Coltrane. That's
Yeah,
Hagrid. Hagrid. Oh
Yeah.
shit, he does the voice.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh damn.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't look like him, obviously.
Yeah, definitely not. It doesn't even sound like him. That's crazy. Okay, I had no idea. Mr. Hyde ends up falling off the roof of the cathedral and turns back into Dr. Jekyll when he lands to the ground. The French police find his body and see Van Helsing and yell, "Van Helsing, you murderer!" Then Van Helsing travels to his headquarters in Rome and confesses his sins to a priest who is also the head of the order, played by Myles, the guy from Mummy Returns, the we found him guy.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's what he's. Alan Armstrong. That's
Is that his name? Wow, damn. Okay.
Yeah, Cardinal Jeanette.
Oh, do you have like the IMDb up or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And in this is the scene where we get a real good look at how ridiculous this wig is, because it's Hugh Jackman right in the center of the frame with his wig, and it just does not look very good. It's rough. And in this scene, we get a bit of backstory on Van Helsing. The priest says he showed up at their steps half dead and lost his memory as a penance for his past sins. And they enter their secret hideout, and the priest tells Van Helsing he needs to go east, the far side of Romania, to kill Dracula and protect the last of the Valerius family. We see a picture of Prince Velkin and Princess Anna, and I put a little fire emoji next to Princess Anna. My goodness, goddamn.
But that family is good looking.
I know, dude. Prince Velkin. I'm like, yo, I don't remember this. I'm like, that's not a prince. That's a male model. And then. And the priest also tells him Valerius the Elder left one clue from 400 years ago, a piece of ripped parchment that reads, "In the name of God, open this door," and has an insignia bearing the same dragon as Van Helsing's ring. And we're also introduced, he wears it like on his pinky though. I was like, yo, that's fucking dope. Yeah. We're also introduced to Carl, aka Faramir from Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
A friar who creates all of Van Helsing's weapons and will be his companion on this journey. David Wenham is who plays Carl. He's a fucking such a great supporting role to Hugh Jackman in this movie.
He really is.
It feels like a complete 180 though of the characters he's been before in other movies we've seen him in. Obviously Faramir, he's a fucking soldier for Gondor, you know what I'm saying? And then we saw him in 300, ripped as shit with a badass eye patch, and
what the his narrating voice too.
Yes.
So
oh my god, his amazing voice.
Buttery.
Do you remember he used to do those? Remember that show on like National Geographic or History Channel, Deadliest Weapons or Deadliest?
Oh,
it was a Deadliest Warrior. Deadliest Warrior. He used to do the
they
fucking
pitted like samurai versus a Viking or some shit.
He used to do the voiceover for that Deadliest Warrior, and he used to say the weapons, the Oftomov Kalashnikova. I'm like, dude, this is the fucking best narrating voice ever. But it's a little weird seeing him kind of being a little bitch in this movie, to be honest. But yeah, he's great in this.
He's pretty funny too. He brings a good comedic.
It's a good comedic relief for sure.
Yeah.
We cut to a misty forest in Romania where we see the male model Velkin hanging by his hands on a wooden post to bait out a werewolf. The werewolf, fucking terrible CGI. Probably the worst. Easily one of the worst parts of this movie. It was the werewolf, not because of like the way it acts or anything. It's just the CGI. I thought its characteristics, the way it moves and attacks, was fucking awesome, but the CGI just kind of takes you out of the moment. The werewolf attacks Velkin, but it springs a trap, dropping into a pit with a net. Now we're introduced to Anna, played by Kate Beckinsale, who is without a question the hottest. Yet, my least favorite part about this movie, her accent is fucking terrible. her Romanian accent, and Kate Beckinsale is already not a great actress to begin with, so it's like this is a reach. Should have just done like English accent, like Hugh Jackman was doing. And I don't know what kind of hair salons they got in ancient Romania, but goddamn, her hair looks fucking good. This whole movie, too. Yeah, they got a good hairdresser in that castle or whatever.
Yeah, they do.
The werewolf breaks out of the trap. Velkin is able to shoot it with a silver bullet, but is taken down a cliff with the werewolf assumed to be dead. And then Van Helsing and Carl arrive to Transylvania and are met with hostility from the villagers. Anna confronts Van Helsing and tells them to give up their weapons. And then Van Helsing instantly reaches for his pistol.
He said, "You can try."
He said, "You can try." And I'm like, dude, let's fucking go. This is our first LFG moment right here. Where he just reaches for it, looks at the fucking whole crowd behind him. You could fucking try it, bitch. Then Van Helsing tells Anna he's here to help. Anna tells him she doesn't need any help. And at that moment, Dracula's brides attack the village. Then we're introduced to one of the most badass weapons in the history of this podcast, Myles, maybe even the history of movies. Van Helsing's automatic crossbow. Oh my god, let's just talk about the sound design of that when he's shooting quick. I'm like, dude, that shit is so fucking cool.
You see the barrel, like that holds all
the magazine at the bottom, dude. It's such a great design, man. It's fucking awesome.
With the little ram's head at the
tip, and has like the little iron sight at the end. I'm like, dude, it's so fucking sick. Then a fight ensues between the brides, Anna and Van Helsing. Then a break-in action occurs when the sun comes out from the clouds, and we get that Bad Boys revolving shot around Van Helsing where he has his crossbow and he's just looking for the vampires and the camera's like spinning around him. I'm like, dude, let's fucking go, dude. This is so sick. It's probably my favorite scene, honestly, in the whole movie, to be honest. And then we get a look at the design of these vampires, how they turn back to human form, which is cool. How like their wings turn into their dress.
Yeah,
it's like flowing around them. I'm like, okay, that's like a seamless transition. That's pretty cool. And then at the end of the fight, Van Helsing finally gains the upper hand when he dips his crossbow in holy water, which is essentially stopping power in Call of Duty. And he shoots down
holy water.
Yeah, holy water. And then he shoots down one of the brides, and the others fly away. Another LFG moment right here, where he's fucking in slow motion running towards and he dips it in slow motion, and he fucking turns around, and all you hear is the click from the trigger, and then I'm like, fuck, dude, it's so fucking sick, dude. God damn, my favorite scene in the whole movie right there. Then we cut to Dracula's castle, where Dracula is grieving over the death of one of his brides, who was arguably the hottest one, to be honest. She was the blonde one. There's a blonde, brunette, and a redhead. She was the blonde, and
it goes blonde, redhead, then the brunette.
Oh, you think redhead? I thought brunette is second place. Blonde was for sure first. Man, but that's what I thought until I saw the redhead at the end, where she was like just by herself. I was like, oh shit. All right, I gotta think about this now. I don't know, but
really, it's like there's that
doesn't matter because Dracula wins. He gets all of them. It doesn't even matter. And then we see Igor torturing the werewolf that lives on, and they retreat to Castle Frankenstein. At Anna's castle, she insists on joining Van Helsing on this hunt for Dracula, but he knocks her out with gas to protect her. Then Anna wakes up and sees someone has entered the castle through a window, and we see Velkin in torn up clothes. And then Velkin, he still looks beautiful, by the way. He's all bloodied up with his torn up clothes. I'm like, oh my god, you're still a male model. Then Velkin starts to convulse and climb up the wall, and it's revealed that he is now a werewolf. Just a quick shout out to that actor for his fucking physical acting when he's like climbing the wall with his arms. I can't even do that with my own arms. He's like, he's like doing a backstroke on the wall. But I love this whole transformation scene. It looks fucking awesome.
It's the best, honestly. And Stephen Sommers deliberately chose to avoid the style of transformations from other werewolf films, where the character would usually grow hair as part of the change.
Yes.
Instead, the decision was made to have the character rip his skin off to reveal the werewolf from underneath, and going with the idea that the beast comes from within.
That is awesome, but it looks so painful when he's ripping the skin off and just like fucking throwing it down. I'm like, oh shit, it is awesome. And then Van Helsing busts into the room, but the werewolf escapes, and Carl gives him the silver bullets. And then he says, well done. Then we see Van Helsing in a foggy graveyard now, and he's loading his pistol with the silver bullets. He has a shot at the werewolf, but is stopped by Anna, and he tells her that it's not your brother anymore. And then Anna tells him Dracula has a cure, and she's going after it to save her brother, and Van Helsing agrees to help. And at Castle Frankenstein, Dracula and his minions are conducting an experiment, a bunch of electricity and shit. I don't know what they're doing. And then Velkin transforms back into a male model. And then we see him.
Dude, that transformation looked painful. You hear the bones cracking. His torso comes out and then it comes back in.
I like how you can see like all the fur like on the like ground next to him though. That's a nice little like attention to detail there. And then we see the Velkin is working for Dracula, and Velkin is strapped to a table and is raised to the roof of the castle. Van Helsing and Anna sneak in and discover Dracula's baby eggs, and we find out this experiment is to bring them to life. And then lightning strikes Velkin's body and sends out a charge to all of these eggs, and they come to life. And then Van Helsing with his fucking, here we go, another shotgun again. He starts blasting out the babies out of the air. And he finally meets Dracula, and Anna sets off to find Velkin. And this first meeting between Van Helsing and Dracula is so fucking badass. There's no action in it. It's not even for the action. It's just the dialogue between the two and their body language. Dracula has that line about Van Helsing's heartbeat where he's like, normally I could dance to the beat, and then he's like, but your heartbeat is steady. And I was like, oh god, because he's a fucking badass. He's Wolverine, of course. And then Van Helsing
don't faze me.
Yeah, he's like, bro, you know how many fucking monsters I deal with on the daily. And then Van Helsing tries the stake through his heart, but that doesn't work, which was pretty cool. And he says, hello, Gabriel. I was like, oh fuck. I remember when I first watched this. Yeah. He's like, is this your silver steak? And he just takes it out of himself,
just tosses it.
And then go ahead.
Brings out the
cross.
Dude.
He just he just grabs it on fire, and then he just like throws it away. He's like, all right, we got off on the bad foot. All right, let's try this again. Then it's revealed that Dracula knows Van Helsing from their past encounters. You don't remember me, Gabriel. And I was like, fuck, dude, this is so fucking cool. And I wouldn't mind, I put in my notes here, I wouldn't mind a prequel of this from this movie about the origins of Van Helsing. That would be so fucking cool to see like their first encounter with each other when they were both younger, or like him fighting like back in the day from like, you know, his old memories.
1400s or something. That's when.
Yeah, that's when. I'll get to that in a second here.
Looking like Christopher Columbus over here in the paintings.
He does, right? Then Dracula basically tells him he's Wolverine and that his past goes back 300 to 400 years ago in ancient battles. And Dracula reintroducing himself is this actor's best scene in this whole fucking movie, where he like he says like his full name, last name Dragulia, and then he says born 1422. Murdered 1462. And I was like, fuck, dude, that's such a sick ass line.
Yeah.
And then Van Helsing and Anna escape the castle after the babies die and the brides return, and Dracula sends the werewolf to hunt them down. We get like a quick little scene here of Van Helsing and Anna falling through the ground of a rundown building after they do some like bullshit flirting with each other. I don't care. Let's not include the love story. I don't care about that. And then Carl wakes up the next morning after clapping the cheeks of a little Transylvanian baddie. Then
Transylvania tranny.
Hey, oh my god. And then he springs open a secret painting, and then the painting depicts two knights transforming.
Hold on, that shit was. When he just got up and he's just like, vampire!
Yeah. And he's like, oh, that's right.
He said, oh, yeah.
And then he sniffs his fingers and he's like, now I know what I was doing last night. The painting depicts two knights transforming into a werewolf and a vampire fighting each other. And then back to the rundown building, Van Helsing and Anna discover Frankenstein's monster, who we will be calling just Frankenstein from now on. I don't care about him being the monster. Everyone calls him Frankenstein. Who cares? Then Frankenstein starts to defend himself, but he's put down with sleeping darts. And Frankenstein tells him that he's the key to Dracula's machine and the key to the lives of Dracula's children. And then Anna tries to kill the monster, but Van Helsing stops her, telling her this creature is not evil. And they catch the werewolf spying on them and know that Dracula will be coming for Frankenstein. And Van Helsing says they could protect him in Rome. The gang takes a chariot with Transylvanian horses, but are attacked by Dracula's brides. The chariot falls down a broken bridge, and the vampires chase after it, but is the chariot's a fugazi, and then filled with it's filled with explosives and silver stakes that goes off, killing one of the brides. Unfortunately, it's the goddamn brunette. My favorite one. Second most fire I put here. Second most fire one. But the werewolf attacks the real chariot, and it is set on fire. And in probably the coolest shot in this whole movie, we see Van Helsing jumping backwards off the chariot in slow motion with his double pistols. And the werewolf jumps after him through the fire. I'm like, dude, this is so cool. And then Van Helsing plants 2 in the chest of the werewolf.
Yeah. I know. I like that scene where the chariot's on fire on top, and then the werewolf is just on top, just doing
fucking bust through the fire. And he just boom, double shots to the chest. And then Anna finds Velkin dying, but he is now at peace. And then Anna also sees that Van Helsing has been bitten by the werewolf and is doomed to become one himself. And the last remaining bride attacks Anna from behind and takes her away. She tells Van Helsing that Dracula will trade Anna for the monster at a masquerade ball the next night. And then Frankenstein finds out Van Helsing has been bitten and tells him, "Now you will become that which you have hunted so passionately." My fucking favorite line in this whole movie that I've remembered ever since the first time I watched it. And then he says, "May others be as passionate in the hunting of you," before he's put to sleep again by Van Helsing. And it's now the night of the masquerade ball, and Van Helsing and Carl have hidden Frankenstein in a cemetery. Carl tells Van Helsing that he won't turn into a werewolf until the first full moon, which is 2 nights from then. And he'll have until the final stroke of midnight before becoming Dracula's slave. We get a scene of Anna and Dracula dancing at the ball, and we get that really cool shot where Anna looks into the mirror, and then she's in a room full of vampires, so you don't see anybody. It's just her by herself, which is super cool.
I didn't notice that until like I watched it again.
Yeah.
But even though like at the end of that scene where they're all like,
oh yeah, they all attack. Yeah, I totally forgot about the attack at the end. Yeah,
I just didn't think anything of it. I was like, oh okay.
It was kind of like a a haunted mansion kind of scene where it was all like dancing around and shit. I'm like, this is super sick. And then Van Helsing uses the trapeze lines to save Anna, and then get that line from Dracula, you know, Gabriel. Oh, Gabriel. And then Igor walks in with Frankenstein in chains, and Van Helsing realizes it's over. The vampires go on the attack. And then Carl tosses his light grenade at the vampires, killing them all, and they escape through a window.
The holy hand grenade.
It really is, right? And then Van Helsing sees Igor taking Frankenstein away, and Van Helsing, I will rescue you. I swear to God, I will set you free. Just acting his ass off right here. And then he starts to feel the effects of the werewolf. And then the gang show up to the Castle Frankenstein, but they have taken all the equipment to Dracula's lair at an unknown location. And they go back to Anna's castle, and Carl tells a story of Dracula being banished to an icy fortress, but they have to find the door to get there. Van Helsing pulls out the piece of torn parchment from the beginning of the movie and says, "In the name of God, open this door." And I was like, fuck, dude, this is fucking sick right here. The way he says it, and it turns into a mirror. And then they walk through it, and it's actually a portal to Dracula's castle. And their plan is to kill Dracula and anything that gets in their way. Then Van Helsing sees Frankenstein chained up, tells him Dracula has a cure for the werewolf. Carl figures out that the only way that they can kill Dracula is with a werewolf. Carl tells Van Helsing he needs to turn into a werewolf to kill Dracula, and they need to give him the cure before the stroke of midnight, or it's too late.
And a stroke.
And at some point in this, Anna finds the cure in that little fucking...
I mean, you would think
base thing.
Dracula needs that cure.
Lock it up. What are you doing?
Lock it up or keep it on you, bro.
Yeah, keep it on the fucking... Keep that motherfucking thing on you. This fucking syringe is comedically huge. Dude. It's like this long. It's like Jesus
rabies
Christ.
shot.
Yeah. And then, at some point in this too, she fights and kills the last bride. Rest in peace to the redhead.
But she even brings it up too, like Kate Beckinsale or Anna. She's like, I think if you're going to kill somebody, don't just stand around and talking about it. Do it. Because she was literally just dancing around. Do it.
Yeah. Her voice is super deep when she talks like that. If you're going to do it.
Do it.
Then Dracula sees... yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say like that plays into like the whole just it lingers
Yeah.
in this last like act. It just takes
It
so
takes,
goddamn
yeah.
long.
They go. What's his name? Carl crosses that bridge fucking like 3 different times. I'm like, dude, can you fucking do something, kid? And
Even
then
before when they were chasing the chariot down that was crashing down, dude.
yeah,
The what before the chariot blew up,
hmm
it took her like 10 minutes just flying down
just to get
there.
down there. Yeah, I'm like,
Just to get down there
how
and
deep
looking.
is this cavern? Jesus Christ. And then Dracula sees Van Helsing on the roof trying to free Frankenstein and knocks him down. And the babies are born, but Frankenstein eventually escapes. Dracula and Van Helsing meet again on the ground, but Van Helsing rips off his jacket and sees that he just looks back and looks at the clock hit midnight and starts to transform into a black werewolf. Looks fucking badass.
Dude, he looks so.
Where he just rips off his fucking coat and he's just like, "Oh, let's fucking go, baby! I'm ready to go." Yeah, and he's fucking ripped too. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And then Dracula and the werewolf and werewolf Van Helsing have one last throwdown. And I do like how Dracula keeps transforming back and forth from the big bat thing to his human form. It keeps the fight interesting instead of watching like 2 CGI monsters just go at it for fucking 20 minutes, because this fight lasts for so goddamn long. And then during the fight, Dracula reveals to Van Helsing that he is the one who murdered him in the past, and he's the left hand of God, and the ring he has is also Dracula's. And then werewolf Van Helsing bites Dracula in the neck, killing him, which I'm like, you couldn't fucking do this in the first 5 minutes of this fight, because the way he kills him, he just lunges at him and bites him in the neck. I'm like, okay, that was it, honey. You didn't even need anything. Then Anna dives at werewolf Van Helsing with a cure, but he ends up killing her after stabbing him with a syringe. Then Van Helsing fucking holds her body and he turns back into normal Van Helsing, and his and his fucking arms are so shredded. The man hasn't drank any water in the last 18 hours of his life there, and he's on his last legs, and he's just fucking holding her, kissing her little neck. And then this whole ending scene, I fucking hated. Van Helsing puts her body to rest and thinks of Anna, looks in the sky and sees her face with, I think,
fucking goddamn Simba or
it was Lion King up there. I'm like, come on, man. I really hated this fucking ending. They should have ended it with like him starting like another quest or something, you know. But
dude, they give fucking Frankenstein's monster or Frankenstein the worst fucking raft I've ever
what do they
seen.
do? They just set him off. They're like, all right, man, I'll see you later.
3 pieces of wood and a lamp. He's just like
paddling away. I'm like,
board.
Good luck. What are you gonna do? Like, you should have just hung out with your homies over here. But
I thought you wanted friends, bro.
He's off on his own to do nothing, I guess.
That would have been great. You know, that would have been a way better ending if they started a new quest and then you see Frankenstein.
They should have started like a new quest at the end where like they're all teamed up now with Frankenstein. That would have been sick. But that was the end of the movie, pretty much. I mean, that was probably the fastest rundown I've ever done in my life.
It is a very fast rundown.
I mean, there was a lot of there wasn't a lot of fat, but there was a lot of like love story bullshit that I just cut out all of it because I really don't care at all about that. But let's rank these monster movies. So right now we have Mummy 1 and Mummy 2 in first and second place. Where do you want to put Van Helsing?
Mummy 1, Van Helsing, Mummy 2.
Thank you, sir. That's all you had to say. I already knew it. God, we're mind mouthing. I had the same exact thing here. But Myles, what were your final thoughts about Van Helsing?
It's like I'm trying to compare. It's like one of those. It's almost like the Avengers, where it's like, you know,
and they're all together.
They team up like these big named heroes or like these big name characters.
That's Universal's Avengers right there. Yeah.
Yeah. Same with the
they're OG
League.
Avengers.
It's almost like the League.
Yeah, I mean that's why I put it on the schedule just in case, but we don't have to do it. But I was like, yeah, it's pretty much the original like League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Pretty cool too.
I think we should watch that.
God, man, that's a good movie too, man. Fucking Sean Connery, rest in peace, man. 90 years old.
Yeah, and we get Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I was like, this is a straight up monster movie. And I mean the beginning of that movie is great. The last maybe hour
Yeah.
Horrible. It's so
It
bad.
takes a nosedive.
It had such great potential with fucking Nemo and his
It
fucking
just Pearl Harbors.
yeah, it's
No.
fucking it's terrible, but it was such a great concept. Unfortunately, I think it was Sean Connery's last movie he ever did too.
Really?
What a way to go down too. Yeah, what a way to go out.
These came out. That came out around the same time, didn't it? It was like 2000. Like
Yeah, because he was supposed to be
Obviously.
he was supposed to be Gandalf in Lord of the Rings, but I think he turned it down to do that movie. I'm like, what the fuck? are you
Sean
doing?
Connery
Yeah.
turned down.
Or it was no, it was supposed to be Magneto. He was supposed to be Magneto in X-Men, but he turned it down to do League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. So
I'm kind of. You know what? Hindsight.
I don't know,
I'm glad he
man.
did.
yeah, oh yeah,
I would not have wanted to see
God.
a Sean Connery accent.
Yeah, thank God, because
On Magneto.
Ian McKellen's the perfect casting for both those characters.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
God.
Oh, it was so. Oh, God, Ian McKellen, such a good. Such a
Final thoughts about Van Helsing, Miles, before we get too off topic here.
Oh, Jesus! We start sucking off another actor. Yeah, dude, I watched this movie. This is like we all these movies that we've been watching or that we've been reviewing are got that replayability. That's why we love.
Oh
them.
my God, yeah.
And
I haven't seen
would
this one
watch
in so
movie
long,
again.
but it was so
Yeah.
fucking good. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll watch this movie again for sure. And
Absolutely.
I want to say I grew. It feels like a movie that I grew up with.
2004,
It
yeah.
has that. It has that feel to it. In my opinion, I don't know what exactly
It
is
feels
about
familiar,
but
doesn't it? Like it feels
Yeah.
like I think because did you ever like go to Universal Studios at that time?
Oh, dude,
mean-
I used to go to Universal Studios. I think it was like for my birthday. I think I did it for like 4 years in a row.
I think that's why, because it feels like you're at Universal Studios when you're like
Yeah.
watching that movie. Because they had that, like when you first enter the park, they have like a little little maze that you could go through.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
that used to be the Van Helsing maze when it first came out.
That's
It was
right.
It was that for a long time, and it was like
Oh my
a replica of the laboratory that was in the castle. So it feels like we've been there before. You know what I'm saying? That's why it feels so familiar, and it feels like we're at home when we're watching this movie. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, that's hit
It's
the
just
nail on the
nostalgia.
head.
Yeah.
Yeah,
glad they
that's
took that down.
that's it. Really,
Yeah.
it just brings back. It feels like it just brings me back. Makes me feel like, it just makes it feel familiar, like a familiar face. So
it's like
I
eating
love
fried
it. It
chicken
makes me feel
at
warm
home.
inside.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it makes you feel good. It's a feel good movie.
It is,
Yeah.
except for the end. End's kind of shit.
Yeah, they should have just ended them with like pulling out the double pistols at someone and being like,
Yeah.
"You can try." And then,
You can try.
but goddamn, man, I fucking love this movie. It is filled with just as many, if not more, let's fucking go moments as The Mummy. And it's such an underrated action movie. Sure, the plot is a little crappy here and there, but it took these traditional beloved Hollywood monsters and gave them a whole new life. But unfortunately, Hollywood and the majority of audiences just wasn't on board for this, which was a real shame. Because I think it could have easily gotten a sequel from Universal. They could have easily included like I was thinking about this last night after I watched the movie. I was like, fuck, dude, what if he was fighting like the creature from the Black Lagoon, or like fighting the like Invisible Man or something?
Oh,
Like, what if he
shit,
was
the
fighting like
Invisible
all those
Cunt.
monsters or something? And I'm like, dude, they could have easily made a sequel. They could have easily made a prequel with him fighting Dracula for the first time back in the day, and showing like how he lived, 300-400 years ago. And then at the end, they could have showed him like showing up at this at the steps of the Vatican, like to signify the beginning of Van Helsing. But unfortunately, we didn't get any of that. That was the end of the Hugh Jackman Van Helsing era. But as the saying goes, don't be sad it's over. Just be happy it happened. That's how I feel
yeah.
about this movie.
I got some trivia here
Oh yeah, go ahead.
that we can go
Please
through. So I completely forgot to spew this one. This one is the film was intended to start a series of Van Helsing adventure movies.
Fucking motherfuckers! Why didn't they? God damn
However,
it. Mhm.
the reviews were bad, and box office returns were far below expectations. All plans for a sequel were dropped within several days of the film's opening.
That is such a disappointment, man. I would love to know the plans for that. Has to be
Dude, that
Creature
would've
from the
been
Black
so
Lagoon. That would have been so
fucking dope.
sick.
God damn it! During filming, Hugh Jackman accidentally broke an extra's hand.
Nice,
I don't
because
know
he's so
where, how,
fucking good.
But I believe it. I would apologize to Hugh Jackman if I was the guy who got my hand broke.
I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry, sir. This one's cool. The place where Van Helsing and Anna fight Dracula's 3 wives is the same place where Frankenstein from 1931, Dracula from 1931, and The Wolfman from 1941 were filmed.
Oh, wow.
Set is called the Court of Miracles, and it's part of the studio tour at Universal Studios.
Oh shit!
Hollywood. Yeah.
Where's that? Oh, what the fuck? I've been on that tour so many times. I don't remember that at all. Oh fuck.
Court of Miracles. I don't remember. Yeah.
Oh man, I want to go so badly.
I know.
Look this up.
They're not even. Dude, I used to pass by it every day.
Oh yeah, you gotta go up there.
Working over in North Hollywood.
Oh,
you see the old minion, like the giant minion that they have on the side of the building, like the blow up one. It's getting really like faded. I don't think it's been tended to in a while because Universal's been closed.
Let me see here. Oh, that's sick. Okay. Yeah, so Court of Miracles, it's like it's just like one of those like little towns that look like you're in Mexico or something. You know, like we just go through like the little towns that have like the rain and shit that you do. Yeah, it's just just like a little town. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh wait, this is where they shot the fucking arrows in that scene. This is the beginning scene when they first gets there. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Where they fight the 3 wives.
The best scene in the whole movie.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, this makes it even better that it was filmed at Universal Studios. That's fucking sick,
it's
dude.
So great with that fountain in the middle. I knew that.
Yeah.
In the middle.
Oh shit, dude. This is why I feel so familiar. Because that fucking place. Familiar. Oh my god.
All right.
Wow.
That was a really great trip down memory lane. That's what it was too. I remember that Universal Studios tour, that scene. Yeah, that's what it is. Stephen Sommers wanted Kate Beckinsale for the role of Anna, but feared it was too similar in tone to the vampire werewolf film Underworld in 2003. Which she was shooting at the time, and he didn't ask her. Eventually, her agent got Sommers to send the script, and Beckinsale immediately signed on.
Underworld. God, I've seen the first one. I don't remember any of the other ones, but it was not good.
It wasn't.
It was a cool
best
concept.
Part about the movie
was Kate Beckinsale.
Yeah,
and this tightest leather outfit that they just had to fucking just tear off of her after probably every shoot. It was just impossible. But man, yeah, she was super hot in that.
We got a couple more here. Dr. Frankenstein's lab was equipped with antique medical equipment purchased on eBay.
That must have been the syringe. That shit looks like that shit looks like it's from the fucking Civil War ages. Jesus Christ.
The second to last scene of X2 X-Men United 2003. Ooh. Cyclops, Wolverine, and Professor X discussing Jean Grey was filmed while Hugh Jackman had a day off from this movie.
Discussing Jean Grey. Oh yeah, that's when he was like, yeah, she made a choice. She chose you. I'm like, yeah. Wolverine, they're fucking married. Of course you fucking chose him. What the fuck are you saying? Even as a kid, I'm like, of course. They're married, you idiot. You think she's gonna leave her husband for you? I mean, I would, but still, like, of course.
Dude, the North American DVD sales were 65 million in the first week. More than half the revenue from theater runs.
God damn it, man. See, it was such a... it didn't get its recognition till after it came out on DVD. It was a fucking... what a travesty, man. We could have had a whole trilogy with Hugh Jackman as Van Helsing, but I mean, I did my duty. I went to go watch the movie in the movie theater, but others did not, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, it ages well. You know, it's one of those things. But in the moment, you know, you're like, fuck. I don't know. I don't want to get my head in the place of these critics, because you start being too critical on shit like that and you just don't really enjoy shit.
And that's what I'm saying about this movie. Like, you can't think about this movie and the Mummy movies. They're all on the same plane for me, where it's just an adventure movie. You don't need to think about the plot. Just sit back and just fucking strap in, man. You're gonna be in for an adventure. You got Hugh Jackman steering the ship for you. What else do you need? I trust Hugh Jackman. He's gonna get me there. I trust Brendan Fraser. He's gonna get me there with his fucking cool pistols and his cool hair. Both these guys with amazing hair. But I guess, do you have any? We already ranked it. What about number ranking for Van Helsing? Are you alright?
You're just so passionate.
Because I fucking love these movies, man. And people are shooting down my boy fucking Stephen Sommers, but that's my childhood. I'm like, I feel like Terrell Owens when fucking Tony Romo went out. And he's like, that's my director right there, man. That's my director, all right? That's not fair of you to talk about him like that, all right? That's my boy. That's not fair.
It's not fair.
As far as number ranking goes, I would probably rate this. I'm going pretty high with this, Myles. I'm going 8.5. I'm going 8.5. I love this movie. I love Van Helsing, man. It's so fucking good.
What's going on here?
I love it, man.
I'm gonna go 7. I'll go a cool 7.
How dare you? You're no better than those critics who didn't go even watch this movie.
I'm only going for 7 because I don't want to rank shit too high.
I feel like maybe 10's too low. Should we need to like do 100 scale or something? Because I feel
well, in that case, then I'll. Oh shit!
I feel like 10 is such like high pressure out of 10.
It is definitely not out of 5 because that's
that's even more hype. Jesus,
even joke guy. Out of 100, it's
70. If I just do the same scale,
I'll do 75. How about we do that?
Yeah, I'd probably do, if that's the case, we're doing 100, I'd go 80 then. Yeah, I'd go 80 out of 100. I'd give you a B for that test, Van Helsing. But Myles, next week, let's give him a little preview. Next week, we're going to be doing Pacific Rim, baby, for Monster Month. Very excited for that. You're going to be doing you want to do the plot for that one? I know you.
Yeah, I'll do
Pacific Rim job.
Pacifico.
That's going to be a really fun one, man. I can't wait for that one.
Well, God damn, dude.
Yeah. Okay, so Myles, give them the plugs. I think we're out of here for today.
Sortainteresting.com is where you can find this podcast catalog of podcasts from the past, and you can link. It'll link you to our Patreon, patreon.com/sortainteresting. You go there. If you don't want me to tickle your feet,
tickle your feet till you throw up.
We can throw that in there too. We can throw that little.
That's a Patreon tier right there.
That's like
donate $20. $20 get you 20 tickles.
Yeah, and you throw in another 10, I'll tickle them with my.
Oh my goodness, tongue. Funny thing about their feet is it's located. If someone donates $20 and says, "Funny thing about my feet is located on my," you know what? Then I'm gonna send Myles to your house. So.
And I'm gonna be there already.
Be there waiting.
Waiting. Yeah, anywhere the podcasts are available, like Spotify, the Google Play Store, the podcast app for iOS, SoundCloud. We got a Twitter.
Got a YouTube channel.
We got a YouTube channel.
Go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We can't get our own URL for the YouTube channel unless we get 100 subscribers. So
really?
We need that. We also need 10 videos on there. So we're working our way up there. And also we have a new intro, outro with new music also from Taron Huskus himself. Thank you very much for that. But I guess that is it for today. Next week we will be doing Pacific Rim for Monster Month. So have an interesting day, everybody.